Principal Science here with another episode of Prince iPal Science. There's some great things for you today. I am going to demonstrate how air does work and demonstrate an air pressure rocket. That's a lot of fun. And we have Prince iPal here. He's going to read another Robert Munch story, and he has another piece on mindset. So enjoy another episode of Prince iPal. All right, Prince iPal here, thinking about your mindset. You can do it. You can. You can do anything you set your mind to. You need to have that mindset that I can do it, right? Go into the mindset that you can do it. Sometimes it might not go really well. Sometimes you might need to try and try again, but you can do it. Always think, I can do this. I got this. And you will be amazing. On this day in 1936, the typewriter or computer keyboard was patented for efficiency. The efficiency experts looked at the alphabetic typewriter and determined that organizing the letters in this fashion would be the most efficient way for someone to type or word process. That happened on this day in 1936. Our scientist of the day is Gregor Mendel. He lived from 1822 to 1884, and he founded the science of genetics. He identified many of the rules of heredity, identified recessive and dominant traits, and the traits that are passed on from parents to their children in a mathematically predictable way. This is our scientist of the day.
Scientists say power. This word describes the rate at which energy is made, used, or delivered. For instance, a battery's power is the amount of electrical energy it provides divided by the time it takes to deliver that energy. The word power is used in other ways too. It can describe the energy used to run a machine or processes like solar and wind power, which make energy in the form of electricity.
Hey friends, I'm so excited. This is a Robert Munch book that I have never read before. It is called Moose. And so I'm really excited to share it with you. I found it in the library, and Robert Munch is one of my favorites, so here we go. Moose. Moose. Moose! By that exclamation point, kind of tells me this might be exciting. One Saturday morning, Luke woke up very, very early. He got dressed, ate a bowl of cereal, and went outside. There, standing by his tree house, was a large, enormous moose. Luke looked at it and yelled, "Moose!" Then he ran around the yard 3 times and went inside to wake up his father. His father was asleep like this. He had been on the computer till 3 in the morning. Hope you guys aren't doing that. Luke said very quietly, "Daddy!" He didn't wake up. Luke said a little louder, "Daddy!" He still didn't wake up. Luke yelled as loud as he could, "Daddy!" He still didn't wake up, so Luke grabbed a pillow and whacked him on the head. I don't suggest you do that. His father jumped out of the bed and yelled, "What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?" "Out by my treehouse," said Luke, "is a big, large, enormous moose." "That is crazy," said his father. "There's no moose out by your treehouse. Moose do not come anywhere near the farm." Still, he decided to go see what was going on. He got dressed, opened the back door, stepped outside, rubbed his eyes, opened them up, and yelled, "Moose!" That frightened the moose, and it jumped right up in the air and came down on him. Luke's father said, "Ooh." Luke said, "Daddy?" Luke decided to go get his mother. His mother was asleep like this. She'd been watching TV till 3 in the morning. I hope you guys aren't doing that either. Luke said very quietly, "Mommy?" She didn't wake up. Luke said a little bit louder, "Mommy?" She still didn't wake up. Luke yelled as loud as he could, "Mommy!" She still didn't wake up. So Luke took off his hat and whacked her on the head. His mother jumped out of bed and said, "What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?" "Out by the treehouse," said Luke, "is a large, enormous moose." "Don't be ridiculous," said the mother. "There are no moose in our backyard. Moose do not come anywhere near the farm." Still, she decided to go see what happened, or what was going on, and she got dressed and opened the door and stepped outside, rubbed her eyes, opened them up, and yelled, "Moose!" That frightened the moose, and it jumped right up in the air and came down on her. Luke's mother said, "Whoa!" And Luke said, "Mommy?" Luke wanted to get the moose off his mother. He sat down and thought for a while, and he got an idea. He ran into the kitchen, opened the refrigerator, and got out 3 big orange carrots. He held them out the door and said, "Here, Moosey, Moosey, Moosey." The moose came over and smelled 1 carrot. It ate the carrot. Crunch! Luke said, "I think I like this moose." The moose smelled another carrot. The moose ate the carrot. Crunch! Luke said, "I want to keep him for a pet." The moose smelled another carrot. The moose ate the carrot. Crunch! Luke said, "He can live in my treehouse." I'm not certain that'll work. Just then his mother lifted her head and said, "Luke, go get me a broom." "Do you mean a little broom for shooing away birdies?" said Luke. "No," said his mother. "Do you mean a medium-sized broom for shooing away bunny rabbits?" said Luke. "No," said his mother. "You don't mean a large, enormous broom for shooing away cute moosies?" said Luke. "Yes," said his mother. So Luke got the large, enormous broom for shooing away cute moosies and gave it to his mother. First, Luke's mother chased the moose around the yard. Then the moose chased Luke's mother around the yard. Then the moose ate the broom. "This is not working," said Luke. "Luke," said his father, "get me a hose." "Do you mean a little hose for chasing away birdies?" said Luke. "No," said his father. "Do you mean a medium-sized hose for chasing away bunny rabbits?" said Luke. "No," said his father. "You don't mean a large, enormous hose for chasing away cute moosies?" said Luke. "Yes," said his father. So Luke got the large, enormous hose for chasing away cute moosies and gave it to his father. Luke's father chased the moose around the yard. Then the moose chased Luke's father around the yard. Then the moose took the hose and had a wonderful bath. "This is not working," said Luke. Then Luke's 3 sisters came out of the house. Each one was holding a large, enormous squirt gun for squirting cute moosies. "That will not work," said Luke. "Moosies like water." "Yes, it will work," said sisters. "Watch." They walked in the middle of the yard and yelled, "Hey, moose!" The moose turned around and saw the squirt guns and yelled, "Hunters!" "Uh-oh. That works," says Luke. The moose ran into the kitchen, took some carrots out of the refrigerator, ran out the front door, and did not come back. "See," said Luke's sisters. Then they squirted Luke. Skronk, 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 and went back inside. Luke said, "That was a cute moose. It can still live in my treehouse." And he took the rest of the carrots out of the refrigerator and ran after it. I'm not certain that was a great idea. All right, Moose by Robert Munsch. Hey friends, how you doing? So Principal Science here, and I want to talk about a science principle. So I've been thinking lately, air is everywhere around us, and sometimes we notice it, and sometimes we don't, and sometimes it does work for us, and sometimes it's windy, and that's air, and so there's a lot of different things going on with air. So I want to demonstrate or show you a couple examples of how air does work. So check this out. So this is one way air does work. This is a giant fan that we have in C&D building, and this really moves a lot of air to help keep us cool on those hot days. The other thing it does on cold days, when we have the heater running, it helps circulate the warm air. So a fan has air, or helps air, to do work for us and keep us either warm or cool. So another way air can do work is with air pressure. Now I'm going to demonstrate an air pressure rocket. You see I have a bike pump, and I pump it, and it's going to fill the bottle or the rocket with air, and then if I release the brake, it will launch the rocket. So I am going to demonstrate how this works, and hopefully I don't break a light or anything. Here we go. Filling the rocket with air. I'm at 60 pounds per square inch. I'm gonna pull the brake. And there, the air pressure did the work. Right, so you saw how air filled the rocket, and when I released the brake, all the air came shooting out the end and launched the rocket. Now, the rocket went pretty well straight, and then as it lost its momentum, it kind of spiraled. But one thing we can do is if I added fins to it, it would help with the trajectory. But that's all about aerodynamics, and that's for another day. Now we're going to see the rocket go up, and hopefully it doesn't end up on the roof. Now we're going to launch the rocket up. I hope this works for you. I have the rocket full. I'm going to pull the brake and let it go. All right, so now maybe next year, if you're in 4th or 5th grade, you can experiment with rockets. Hope you enjoyed another episode of Prince I, Pal Science. It was great seeing you today. We'll see you tomorrow. Ta-ta for now.